What's up? I'm Davix, and I'm a producer-songwriter. What's the key driving force of me becoming a creative? It's not necessarily, about becoming a creative, because I already am, but more so about being successful at it. And the key driving force to becoming, a successful creative in the marketplace is to break, generational curses, poverty, and, bring my family into a better situation and move them into the direction of wealth and impact lives, with what we do, what I do, and give back and reach out to people who are looking for, opportunities. And that's what I love doing the most, is creating, just as much as music, opportunities for people to thrive and create, along beside them. That's definitely my key driving force, or one of them. But yeah. Consistency. Consistency is how you build anything, an audience, a brand, whatever. And that's what I'm actually working on right now with this brand, Don't Ask For My Advice. It's a platform for creatives, up and coming artists to create, connect with each other. That's how I'm building a successful audience, is staying consistent with social media, staying consistent with giving my audience what they want and what they need, and content that they can benefit from an educational standpoint. How do I generate new ideas? Man, you just connect to the universe, man. Like, this is the one thing I know about myself, which I find kind of weird. I have a running 24/7 radio in my head, like, that's not necessarily playing music that's already out there, but just music from somewhere else. And it's a task for me. It's like the most difficult thing for me, just to tap in, and hear what I'm hearing and pull it out of the air. That's literally what, most of the geniuses are doing. They're not, because a lot of times I don't even credit myself for coming up with certain stuff. I really don't, because I literally will hear a melody happening just out of thin air somewhere in a whole composition, and it's now my job to say, all right, shit, let me figure out a way to bring this whole composition down from the stars and put it in a format and make it tangible for us to hear. But that's how most people do it. Like, they're freestyling or whatever, but that's literally what we're doing. We're pulling it out of the cosmos, you know what I'm saying? And we're being vessels. So so the question is, how do you come up with new ideas? No, you got to open yourself up to being a vessel, to being, water. Just let it flow. You know what I mean? I work countless hours on my craft, at least 4 to 8 hours a day doing something. But practicing, that's what I need to really do. Like, I definitely want to put a lot more time into practicing, because when I was a kid, I played every instrument, you know what I'm saying, all the way up till I was 18. And I was such a different musician in that moment in my life, versus now I'm more behind the boards doing the technical thing, production, editing, computer thing, you know what I'm saying? And less of the instrumentation, you know what I'm saying? I only play really instruments when I'm, writing something, but it's such a different, output when you actually practice your craft, you know what I'm saying? Like singers should practice, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you ever interviewing singers and they say they only practice maybe once a day or once a week, that is not the business. Singers, musicians, you should be practicing every day. The same way producers should be making beats. If that's what you do, then you should be making something every day. It was the NFL Monday Night Football halftime tour. And I was a part of the team that was going around, recording and shooting, those performances. And that was one of the moments, when I was just like, okay, now I'm doing something like I enjoy, like this side of the business I actually enjoy, and I can see myself doing this one day, bringing branded relationships and different, parties together to create something that we never seen before. And the person and the guy that, put that together, he's one of the people that I look up to in this business, because he did something that nobody else ever did, which was bring live entertainment to Monday Night Football halftime shows. This only happened like a couple years ago, but like that was one of the moments when I was just like, okay, like I definitely cannot ever stop. This industry, like, they're not gonna tell you the things that you need to know in books. They're not gonna, tell you about your personality. They're not gonna tell you that your talent may get you in the door, but it's character that keeps you there. They're not gonna tell you it doesn't matter if you know how to write the best songs or produce the best beats. If you can't sit down and chill and have a beer or a drink, or you don't have to drink, just be able to like commune with somebody, then you're not gonna work. You're not gonna get no work in this town. And the advice I would give is that don't be so in your own head. Don't be too narrow-minded that you can't see opportunity and see relationship happening. And because some people are so caught up in the talent, because it was me. Like, this is something that I personally experienced. Like, first coming here was, thinking my talent was going, be the thing that got me in the doors and keep me there and get people to want to work with me. And it had nothing to do with that, because the truth is there's hundreds of me, there's thousands of me out there. There's thousands of guys out there making beats, cutting vocals, engineering, mixing, doing what you're doing. But everybody's not as cool as the next guy, you know what I'm saying? And what I mean by cool, you just gotta have, the character or personality that people wanna be around. Don't be so weird and closed off to where people can't relate to you. I was lucky enough to have a mean ass manager when I first got here, but he was honest with me and told me, yo, your personality sucks, dude. Like, you're arrogant, you're this, you're that, and nobody likes being around you. It doesn't matter if you make the best beats or record, the best vocals. That doesn't matter. People have to like you. One of my greatest fears is not living up to my fullest potential and my calling, because it can be overwhelming to, try to comprehend, conceptualize what that is to have purpose and have, a meaning about your life. But once you see it, it could scare you, because it could be that big, like it could be that overwhelming. But nah, it's just, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Because there's, we all have points along the way up that mountain where we're like, fuck, do I want to like, should I turn back around? But I'm so far up the mountain now, I can't turn around. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nope, I gotta get to the peak now, because it's too far to go back down now. You know what I'm saying? I can roll down there, but it's gonna be a hard roll. You just gotta live, you just gotta do this, one day at a time. I can never stop. There's too many people, relying on me to, do what I'm doing right now. Because people are inspired by that kind of stuff when they see it. You know what I'm saying?